South Africa's property sector requires urgent transformation. The Human Settlements Department says black people applying for home loans are still twice as likely to be declined, and if they are approved, it's for a significantly lower amount when compared to other races. Government now wants to introduce various interventions to make access to home financing easier, specifically for the gap market earning between 3,000 and 22,000 per month. The state also wants to force banks to disclose all their reasons when they turn down home loans. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo has the details.
The number of South Africans who are getting approved for home loans has diminished. This is also clear in the affordable housing market, where the price tag for homes range between 300,000 and 900,000. That's as the high cost of goods and services and borrowing eats away at income. However, Human Settlement Minister Ntokozo Khumalo says there is more to the sector's grave lack of transformation. She warns that the gap market, those earning between 3,050 Rand and 22,000 Rand, is facing an increasingly difficult time accessing home loans. While the housing shortage has been described as a crisis, home loan applications by black South Africans are twice as likely to be declined compared to their white counterparts.
We still believe that it's an inaccurate picture, or it's still missing. We do think that we have a sense of belief, or we believe that the situation is even worse than what we are seeing, because currently the banks have to disclose voluntarily. And one of the issues that we are looking at with the review of the white paper and the legislation is to make it compulsory for disclosure.
Her department is now looking to ensure that banks are forced to disclose their reasons for declining an application and to increase the penalties for failing to comply.
100,000 is far less for the penalties of the banks. We will increase it to the point that we'll look at what Competition Commission is able to do with the penalties, but also we've got to do something that makes them feel the impact.
The department and other stakeholders in the housing market say they will also work on educating consumers about how to manage their finances to improve their chances of home ownership.
Poor credit records, South Africans are heavily indebted and they do require interventions.
The National Association of Social Housing Organizations say the rising cost of living affects not only the gap market, but also those in the government's social housing program as they buckle under the increasing cost of accessing services such as electricity and water.
It becomes a great barrier to, the program and to moving people from, backyard dwellings into urban areas where they are paying rental and are in safe and secure accommodation.
However, Minister Khumalo says with the latest interventions, they hope to be able to tackle this issue as well.
We want to encourage people to continue to pay services while we're looking at various areas of interventions. Various municipalities, actually, even on social housing, have come in to provide subsidy. I know, for example, we engaged City of Cape Town. They did, in terms of social housing, come in and reduce the amount. So we continue to have conversation.
Khumalo says the affordable housing market is essential to the country's socio-economic development and allows many households to climb the property ownership ladder. She says her department will give regular updates on the progress of the interventions it plans to implement to fast-track transformation in the property market through affordable housing. It has been estimated that there is a backlog of 2 million houses in South Africa, with millions of people in mainly Gauteng, Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal living in informal dwellings. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Pretoria.